Oh shit, I should start intro.
Are we muted?
Well, we were live before we were live, but we're live right now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Three Men and a Vape Show. We are joined by the normal casters, the wonderful Salford Vapor and the Flat Cap Vapor. Nice to see you back, Salford.
Thank you.
Are you feeling a bit better, bro?
I'm
Got my hand
alright.
stuck here like that.
I'm alright. I'm alright.
Good.
I'm alright, mate. I'm alright.
I'm alright.
I'm alright.
It's Fam Dabby Dorsey. And how are we, the wonderful Flat Cap? You've been a bit hoarse all week, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been a bit poorly, but I'm much better now. Thank you very much.
And we are joined by our special guest, the one and only Jay Jupiter. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, how we doing? Thanks for having me on, guys. I really do appreciate it. I'm not too bad. Not too bad. Getting there slowly.
Mate, we're so chuffed to have you on. You have actually been quite around for quite a while, haven't you, really? It's not like you're brand new to the game.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a channel for a long time. In terms of the vaping stuff, though, it's coming up to a year, like dedicated vape stuff.
And we're going to get onto that. We're going to be finding lots more about you. Just before we get on to shouting the chat out and stuff like that, last week we did show you on screen with Paul Anderson. He did cut all his hair off for Mind. Now, I've just got a little bit of a slideshow for you just to have a little look at. The actual pictures might not be in order. I just put them all there. But he did actually do it, as you can see. He chopped all his hair off. I should have sorted it out with Nightbot. So Nightbot should have put it underneath there somewhere, I think. So you should be able to still go over to his page and donate. I think he got something like 360 odd quid, I think. He did really well. He did chop all his hair off, as you can see. I think by the help of his daughter or his wife. I think it's his daughter. There we go. She chopped the ponytail off first. Like I did say, I didn't actually get them all in order.
We had a lot of hair to begin with, though, didn't he?
Yeah, fair play, man.
Some right hair, didn't he, as well?
Yeah. Down to his nipples.
I love that, nipples. It's one of my favourite words. And moist.
Moist.
Moist. Bit of dampness.
Big fan of moist.
So a big shout out to Paul. Well done for doing it, mate. And it is a brilliant cause, Mind. We all know I suffer from bipolar and quite a number of us here as well. Suffer with depression and bits and bobs. So yeah, well done. Really good cause that you did it for. So big shout out to you. Right, I'm just going to jump into the chat first. It's my turn again this week. Vape Mill, nice to see you, brother. I have got my mask. There we go. It was shown on the... He's got his mask. Salford's got his mask as well, but he's going to wash it. We've got a Flat Cap in. We've got Orion's Braces. Nice to see you, Alan. Jay Jupiter's in. Subner Vapes, if I've said that right. It sounds like I've got nasal problems. John Cole. Steve Barron, nice to see you, brother. Martin Hart. Harry48. Tony got his winnings last week, if you didn't see. He got absolutely loads of stuff as well, you know. Craig Campbell. Dudley Bone, nice to see you, brother. Thunder Vape. Craig Campbell. Paul Demby. Grizzly Vapes. Nice to see you. Lee the Geordie Vapor. What a star he is. Neil Hart, nice to see you. All the cheeky bum wanks are coming in now. Pav G, you absolute star. Gaily Bob's Big Huggles, love you so much. Ashley Back. Lewis Fisher Trips, how are you? We've got quite a number in here. Ray Vickery. We've got Gav Evans, hope you're okay, brother. Nice to see you catching it. Blazing Vapes, what a star he is. Dion78, hope you're okay. Vaping Pasty, Nanu, I love you. Ray Vickery, I've said that one. Phil Jones, Neil Hart. AVC, nice to see you, mate. Hope you're okay. Mark H. We're going to be here for a while. Ro Fletch. Ashley Back. Liz, lovely to see you, sweetheart. Hope you're okay. Black Country Vapor. Deep breath. Michelle Bolfield, nice to see you as well. God, it keeps going. Chris Holmes. If I missed Tiger Vapes, if I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. And a big love to my mate, the Devil Vapor. Thank you very much for sending them across. I do love you loads. Whew.
Did you just scroll through your Facebook friends list then?
Yeah, that's the only people who watch me. If you honestly, that's the only ones who watch is just my mates, really.
Derek, Bob, hello.
Steve, Margaret. I forgot what I was going to do then. I've done my bit out now. So we better talk about our special guest like we normally do. Like I said, Jay, thank you so much for coming onto the channel, onto the show.
Pleasure.
I sort of stumbled across you a few months back, and I thought, because your reviews are very, very slick, very, very nice. I really do like them.
Thank you.
But before we get into your reviewing sort of side of it, how did you start vaping?
How did I start vaping? So I think for me, I was smoking about 20 a day for around 7 years prior to making the switch. And I got to the point where I just wasn't enjoying smoking anymore. It just wasn't satisfying a need. I felt like I was doing it out of habit. We all know how addictive it is. But I was kind of finishing a cigarette and thinking, why am I doing this? And in my local town of Braintree in Essex, one of our vape stores opened up. One of my friends, I hadn't seen him in a few weeks. He worked nights. And he just called me up saying he was in there. So I went in there. The bloke in there was lovely, really nice guy. It was more like a vape lounge rather than kind of a shop where you just go in, get your stuff and leave. Ended up spending hours in there talking about different, setups, different options. And I just kind of decided to make the switch, and I've never looked back since. That was probably around 4.5 years ago. So yeah, just been vaping ever since.
And do you actually work in a shop now, or have you got your own shop?
Oh, so I work for a company. Work for a company called Phoenix. They've got like 19 stores, kind of scattered all over the place, really. So I'm a store manager for one of those. Briefly run a couple of stores for a little while, but gone back to just my hometown Braintree. Just kind of store manager there, mate.
It must be a thing from Essex that people are actually called Jay. Because I'm on
right, okay.
I'm on Sav's show with Jay Slater, Live Vape and Chill, and obviously his name's Jay, and he works in the vape shop as well.
I've seen that there's another channel that is Vaping with Jay, and I'm like, why did I not think of that? I mean, obviously we'll be able to take it, but I'm like, it just seems to be a very heavily populated name in this niche,
especially in the vape community.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
and it's nice to have someone on the show with a similar accent to me. Down south.
Southern softies.
Well, that's all down to Salford, that, because he said, look, we can't keep having all these northerners on. We've got to help Gaz out a bit.
That's right. Yeah, I need someone I can understand at least once.
Oh, to be fair, I'm grateful you're here. I want to be able to make sure I understand these questions. I don't want to be stumbling across.
I'll be the translator if they.
Thank you.
Yeah, pressing 888.
I'm used to them now. I've been here a few weeks.
Well, Salford was saying about your channel, what you, Salford, that you obviously you looked around it, and you didn't really start off on the sort of reviewing sort of scene of things, did you? You sort of did everything from getting drunk in Amsterdam to doing, and you do a lot with your partner as well, don't you?
Yeah, so I've been on YouTube since 2014. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber ever since I could, probably about the age of 14, 15. And the reason being is that's when YouTube was really starting to blow up. It was still in its infancy. And a lot of people I went to school with, a lot of the big creators like your KSIs, your syndicates, your Alias, they were just starting to kind of grow their audience. And I was just fascinated that these guys are making a living by making videos, doing what they enjoy doing. So I've always wanted to do it, but I've never really known what niche I kind of wanted to home in on and just do consistently. I think that's due to age, due to, you grow up and you have different interests, you do different things. And it actually took a few of my regular customers, probably about a year now, before I started doing vaping stuff, to just go, why don't you do vaping content? You've been working in the industry like 3.5, 4 years. It makes sense. But for me, it was a case of I wanted to make sure that if I was to do vaping content, I could do it for everyone, whether you're a new beginner, someone who's been vaping a while, in a way that isn't too jargony. And, I don't want to be that person on a high horse saying, well, I know what I'm talking about. So, therefore everyone else's opinion is wrong. It was a more of a mental thing for me to start into the vaping stuff, but I've never looked back. It's the best thing that I've ever decided to do. The community is incredible. I love it.
Well, one thing I've noticed about your videos, now correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I was trying to work out where you get your style from. Like the whole style of review, because it's pretty slick. I really like it. Really like style. And the only person I can kind of compare it to, and like I say, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like Dash Vapes. You know, Dash Vapes, the way he does things?
Yeah. So I'll be brutally honest. It's I take a lot of inspiration from Dash Vapes, but I also follow a content creator called Peter McKinnon. Now, he does a lot of photography stuff mainly and videography stuff. Been following his channel for years, and I just fell in love with the way that he has a relationship with his camera to try and get the best out of a video and tell a story. And for a long time, while I was kind of deciding to go into the vape side, I was like, right, no disrespect to anyone, but everyone kind of does a similar thing. And if I'm going to do this, I want to do this different to everyone, but also in the same style. So we want to get the same story from start to finish of a device or a tank or e-liquid, but how can I bring something different? When I stumbled across Dash Vapes, I was like, whoa, this guy has read my mind and been doing it years already. So it is doable. You can grow an audience doing it that way. Because what I found with this niche is people have been doing this for years, and they have their style, they build their audience, and they get not complacent, because that can come across as quite disrespectful, but they just stick to what they know because it's worked for them so far. So yeah, no, you are right. Dash Vapes is an inspiration, but mainly Peter McKinnon as well. Kind of like a hybrid of both, taking tips from either.
Yeah. Well, it's very easy to kind of get stuck in a certain way of doing things. 100%. That's the way I've always done it, and you can't. It's hard to get out of that and try and come up with new things. But no, to be honest, like Aidan, I only really started watching you only a couple of weeks ago, and I really love watching your stuff.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Guys, go put the link in chat. Go and drop the guy a sub. Watch some of his reviews because he's top notch. He really is.
Oh, thank you.
So,
well, it's like you as well, Salford. You've been changing up a bit, haven't you? You've been moving around and playing around with the software that you've got, and I think that's what you do, don't you? You start evolving. And the same with you, Flat Cap. You've been doing the same. You sort of look for different ways of doing it.
Yeah, I think you change over time anyway.
Yeah,
100%.
And you sometimes you can look at like your analytics as well and go, where are people watching? Where's the interest drop out? How can I mix things up a bit? And you want to do a review. You want to do your best you can on the product, but you also want to keep people entertained, don't you? So
exactly, it's a hard balance because I'm thinking long term. If all else goes wrong in this industry and we can no longer do what we love doing, on our channels, then where can I go? I can't see myself being an entertainer, but I can see myself bringing some of the style I've got into something else. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to constantly be thinking. Plus, I've got this weird mental problem where like I can never be happy. Like for backgrounds, I'll change it every 3 weeks because in my brain I'm like, people are getting bored now. Let's mix it around.
Well, you've clearly got that like visual bug. I've got a bit of that where you just you constantly. It's the whole how things appear. It's a challenge.
Same with the edit as well. Color grades, editing, cuts. I just love it.
I noticed that on the PM30 that you've just done, your actual camera there, you've changed the filter on that, haven't you? It's a little bit darker. I can't remember the actual name of the filter, but you've changed that. I also had a feel, you were talking obviously about Dash Vapes, but I also had a little bit of DJLSB in there as well. Do you know, like when you were going past his plant and he were...
Yeah.
So what sort of equipment are you using?
I'm using a Canon 200D. It's just a starter DSLR with its kit lens, which is 18 to 55mm. And I also went out and bought the Canon 10 to 18 wide angle lens because I'm a sucker for wide angle shots. So trying to incorporate those, I was kind of, when I changed my office around recently, I was kind of thinking like, I had that kind of sit down officey look. And I liked it, but yeah, again, I just felt like people were getting bored, whether they were or not, I don't know. I didn't actually ask them, but I wanted to kind of utilize the wide angle look and just kind of give a different feel. Hence the change in the kind of like the scene and the color grade. I love experimenting with things and seeing what works.
Michaela Blowfield says, I'm a subscriber to you all, and you all do a fab job. Keep it up.
Aww,
thank you very much,
thank
Michaela.
You so much.
Absolute star. Devil Vapor also said that I've got to go back up to it. It did make me sort of giggle a little bit. Obviously, not all of it about Essex. Something about God Kate's Essex, but... Oh, no, that was it. All people in Essex are called Jay and also Sonia.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I don't know any Sonias, personally.
I was just thinking of her off of EastEnders.
To be fair, I love the Devil Vapor. We've spoke every now and then. I remember he commented on one of my videos saying about just being from Essex and not having he was disappointed I didn't have a fake tan. So I'm sorry, I'm still working on it. As soon as lockdown's done, I'll go get a spray tan for you.
Yeah, he's a lovely bloke. Have you gone to any expos or?
So my first expo was actually this year. Reason being is I've wanted to go for years, but working in the industry in a store, they're very busy weekends typically. And I've never been able to take time off, book time off, get tickets to actually go. So this year through the company, they really enjoy the channel. They're actually really behind it. And they said, look, we're going to go up as a company. We want you to come do your thing and just enjoy it. So I went to the Vape Expo in London in February. Really enjoyed it. I know obviously it's not as big as all the others that everyone told me the entire weekend, but I really enjoyed it. Getting the one-on-one time with a lot of stalls, a lot of owners. I met Vinny.
Vaping Vinny?
Yeah, no, SVA World.
SVA, yeah, Vinny.
Yeah, met him. Lovely bloke. And Smoking Mermaid as well. She's an Instagram promoter as well.
Yeah.
So, no, it was good. I want to go to more, but obviously this year, lockdown has completely destroyed it.
Well,
so
I supposed to have gone to that one, and God, I wish I'd have gone. I got all the train tickets booked. I was meeting Orion's Braces, who's in chat. Big shout out to Alan. And I was going to go down, but there was that storm, and coronavirus honestly had just sort of come out as well, hadn't it?
I'll be honest, there's a few companies there that weren't there because of the coronavirus, which was understandable. And the weather that weekend was just all over the place. It was snowing, it was sunny, it was hailing, it was just doing whatever it wanted. The trains were delayed. Yeah. But however, despite all of that, I think it was still a good turnout, even though, like I said, it wasn't as busy. But you take them factors out of it, I think it would have been a really busy show.
You think now you've been to one, you'll do more like the Birmingham ones? Because the Birmingham ones...
I have got the bug. As soon as I stepped one foot in there, I was like, wow, okay, why have I not been doing this? And yet again, everyone was saying, oh, you need to go to Birmingham, it's the best one they do. But yeah, no, I'm looking to go to as many as possible. I want to meet, as I said to you guys off air, I want to meet as much of the community as possible. So I want to just get about, really.
We've just got to get Salford, hopefully he'll be sober by then. I can get him on my back and sort of drag him out if I can.
Got a big bag. We'll just chuck him in that. It's fine.
You should do a live show. You should do a live show from the expo. That'd be awesome.
Well, my brother's actually solo. He did that as well. He did a live show because when the vape tube was still running and around, they set up a little office for people to do stuff. They didn't tell us until the end of the weekend. I didn't even know it. I didn't know it was for us.
I thought it was for sleeping in. I thought it was a little kind of quiet room.
Mate, I'd have been in it. I'm not paying
a little snooze.
Just don't pay me Premier Inn bill and get there. Kentucky Bill, nice to see you, brother. Hope you're wearing shoes. But yeah, it's once you get that bug.
That's it. You're away.
And we did say last week, didn't we? With obviously, I can't see October being on, but I think it's going to create a little bit more enthusiasm for people going because they've had a year without going to.
Is it though? Is it? Are the people going to be wary?
Well, I think that along with the Vaping Expo side, as well as the pubs and restaurants, they've had with this lockdown, it's affected them massively. I think there's going to be a massive wave of people going back to kind of show their support because they're finally missing out on, or they have been missing out on things they enjoy. And I think the Expo is a prime example. A lot of people were saying at the London Expo they were going to go to Birmingham and Vape Jam, and all I saw was people saying that they're obviously disappointed that it was cancelled, but they can't wait to book tickets for the next one. I don't know how they're going to do it for people who have bought tickets. I don't know whether they've got refunds or they've been moved over to the next one or whatnot. But I assume people would flock to it.
But do you think if it is on, people will still keep a little bit of distance away from each other because people are bound to be wary from now on?
Oh, 100%. I don't know. It's a difficult one because when I go to my local supermarket, everyone adheres to the social distancing until you get through the doors and then no one cares. So I don't know if it would be the similar sort of thing that they'd have them processes. Maybe they only let in a certain amount of people at a time. I don't know.
I just think it's going to be in the back of people's minds.
Yeah, of course. I think people are going to be a lot more self-aware because of all this. 100%.
Talk about my big brother in his ear. Nice to see you, brother. Hope you're okay. Yeah, the thing about it is, though, with expos, you're going to have that crowd in at the beginning, and like Salford said, it's actually a hospital at the minute. It's a Nightingale Hospital. Apparently, there's nobody in it, but it's people going to have that little bit of a worry.
Yeah, of course.
I wonder how it's been affected. Whoever's the organisers, how it's affected them financially as well. They're obviously meant to have a May Expo by now, planning for the October one.
I think that depends on how they fit in that government grant, as well as the sponsors. If the sponsors are pulled out, then that's a different story. And I think they will, it would take a massive financial hit because essentially they're fronting up the cash. If it's not going on, they're not going to pay for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good point.
Well, the revenue lost at the centre itself over this time must be immense.
It must be ridiculous. My other half's a nurse, and she was talking about the Nightingale Hospital from when she was at work, about it going up and just talking about it, and it's just crazy, absolutely crazy.
What's Irish said? Flat Cap just subbed on your recommendation alone. I'll check the vids out later. If he's shite, I'll unsub you both.
Do you know what? I'll take that chance. But thank you so much.
I'm keeping a subscriber then, because you won't be disappointed, Irish.
You won't be disappointed. No, he is a very, very good reviewer. The thing with obviously Phil, who runs the Vape Expo, he's been with these people for how long's it been going now? About 6-7 years.
Yeah, it must
Expo. So you've got to think people like Vape Around, and you've got Vampire Vapes who sponsored it, Red E-Liquid, and people like that. They're still going to support it. Obviously, he's obviously not going to made any money because he only had the London show, which probably made a loss because of what was going off, and it was like a sort of a venture out on things, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It was also good to see a lot of new companies go into the London Vape Expo. Like Chief of Vapes went there. They killed it, mate. They had this massive teepee hut in the middle. They had all these influencers they'd hired to come in and dress up like Native American. Oh, it was so good.
They was at the October Expo before.
Oh, was they?
I never saw a teepee. I just saw the girls.
The girls,
right, fair enough. But no, they absolutely crushed it.
Yeah, that's the girls were there, weren't they? And they were all big busted and... Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I tried to sneak in the outfit on the Sunday, but they didn't quite work out. Same,
were you chamois leather wrapped around your little bits?
Yeah, that's another story. Yeah,
that wasn't even at Expo. It was before.
Yeah, that was afterwards. That was at the hotel.
So last week we had Paul McCartney on, my mate. I love him to bits. Big love. He's probably not watching, but I'll give him a wave anyway, just in case he's watching on the replay. And we did sort of like an interrogation, because that's what he actually does. So we thought we might keep this now. So all the guests that we have on, we're going to do like just a question each of a little bit of an interrogation. So Salford's going to go first.
Yeah, right, Jay. If you was on a desert island and you could only choose one mod, one atta, and one juice, what would they be?
Okay, so if I was to take external batteries, I take it battery life isn't a problem.
Battery life's not a problem.
Right, okay, cool. Okay, so if I go based off of like what I'm currently, how I'm vaping now, if I had to take, do you know what, I'd go Nunchaku 2 kit. I would go Nunchaku 2 kit. Obviously, you'd have to have the bubble glass. And I'd use the Nunchaku 2 because them honeycomb mesh coils are so good for flavour. It's going mouth to lung. To be fair, it's a really late entrance, but I'd probably put the Target PM30 because, yeah, again, the flavour's fantastic on that. Otherwise, it would have been the Caliban Cocoa. I've got a love affair with that. I can't put it down.
Cool.
Nice. Me next?
Yep.
Well, Aiden sent me a bit of an odd, messy question, but...
Right, okay.
So Aiden says, ask Jay, what's his bank account number sort code? and don't forget the 3 numbers on the back of the card. So,
if I go grab my wallet...
I've got 4 million Uganda dollars.
Have you ever thought about making an RDA, RTA tank or mod?
Oh, I thought about it 100%. I'm currently working on an actual series or a video I want to do and see if we can turn it into a series of like my ideal device, where I'd go through how I'd want it designed, what sort of tanks and coils I want to run on it. I mean, I would love to collaborate with any company, slap my name on it, and have a hands-in sort of approach to, okay, cool, I like this, but how about like this, or, you know, things like that. Rebuildables, I'll be honest, I admire anyone that really gets into rebuildables. I enjoy it, and I use them for my e-liquid reviews because of the convenience of changing juice. I can't use rebuildables all day, every day. For me, it's an occasion. I'll have a dessert e-liquid in the evening. But in terms of tanks and devices and stuff, 100%. Yeah, I'd be all for that.
Right, my question is, who is your favourite UK reviewer and who is your favourite US reviewer?
Ooh. Remember, you're on Little Bro's channel right now.
Yeah, okay, right. My favourite UK reviewer?
Do you notice you said that and then vaping with Vic turns
Vic
up?
just appeared.
Yeah, okay.
No one mentioned cake.
There's cake. What?
No one mentioned cake.
Oh, right.
He likes a bit of cake, old Vic.
Oh, see, so do I. I was getting excited then. I thought I was going to get some cake. My favourite UK reviewer. Obviously, you three are up there, but I can't say you because you're on the show.
No, that's bias. Yeah, that'd be a fix.
Exactly that. I'd probably go for the Devil Vapor. I really enjoy his content. I try my best to jump into his live streams every Wednesday, but sometimes I can't, whether I'm working on videos or whatnot. But I'm always dipping in and out of him. I really enjoy Vape Mill stuff whenever he's putting out content. I actually met him at the London Vapor Expo. He's a really nice guy, showing my support sort of thing. Yeah, I'd probably go Devil Vapor, to be honest. US, I mean, I would automatically say Dash Vapes, but they're from Canada. Does that count? Or...
Yeah, well, I'll let you off with that.
Yeah.
Fair enough. If not, if I had to pick strictly US, I'd probably go Grim Green. That guy I just want to hug him every time I see him. He's just such a nice bloke. Do you know what I mean?
I've met him a few times and he is really, really nice. My brother as well, he absolutely adores him.
I love the way he talks. He's
so softly spoken.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely. You've got to give a shout out to Vape and Bogan as well. He's just does what he wants. And I love it.
He's a good bloke and all. My brother, when Mark met him, he went up and gave him a massive, great big cuddle because he likes Star Wars and stuff like that. And he's like, I want me cuddle. And that was about 3 years ago at Vape Jam. I think that was actually the first UK one that he'd come to.
Oh, man, I'd love to meet one of those guys.
Yeah, he's a lovely bloke. Lovely bloke. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget we have got a giveaway at roughly around about 1/4. You get to win the full Volume 2 range of the Own Boy. I'm actually on the cranberry, apple and raspberry. I'm proper loving this stuff. So we'll be running the giveaway roughly around about 1/4. Well, it must be time to get on to some tech stuff. So let's go to Flatcap's Tech.
Flatcap's Tech Report.
Go on, you know what I'm saying. Is it on? Is my bumper on? You were dying to say it.
I was. I held it in.
So what tech have we got this week?
I better share my screen. Sharing. See
there
that
we
right?
go.
All looking good?
Yeah, all looking good, mate.
Right, it's not the best week, folks. I've tried really, really hard. It's not the best week. I'm just putting it out there. Let's start off with the Gumph. The Advocate, let's get excited about it. The Advocate Potento. It's a 560 milliamp hour little pod kit. But it does have a little dial at the bottom. I've got another picture of that. A little dial and has 3 settings. You got this little spinny dialy thing. So there's something you can fidget with. And you basically change the voltage from, I think it's 3.6 to 4.2 or something around those. 3.2 to 4.2.
Pedometer.
Yeah, it's some kind of potentiometer.
That's what I was thinking, potentiometer.
Yeah.
I would break that. Just because of the fiddly bit at the bottom.
Yeah, I hope it makes a nice clicking sound, though.
Oh, it's got to be satisfying.
If it's got a nice click, then it's a winner. I'll stick with the pods for now, and then we'll get on to the more exciting things. Snowwolf. I haven't heard a lot from Snowwolf in a while. You guys?
No.
Well,
No, not really.
There's 2 items from Snowwolf. I think they're new. We'll start with the Snowwolf P40 Mini.
Ooh.
It's a 1100 milliamp hour, 40 watt device. I'd say it's obviously not exactly style, but it seems to be the way things are going with this like curved top, like the Vupu Drag S, that kind of style.
Yeah.
USB Type C, obviously it's got a 5mm capacity, 2mm TPD, blah, 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 blah. Got one with a spec here. So you can
It does look quite nice though, doesn't it?
It's quite sleek.
It's another 40 watt pod mod at the end of the day, so I don't know how it's going to compare. I think I'll have to double check this, but there is an RBA section which is going to be with another new device from Snowwolf, which I'll show you very shortly. And I hope that the coils will be compatible, so it might be there's an RBA for this as well.
I like that USB Type C.
USB Type C, 1100 milliamp hour, which is decent.
I don't know what I've got for an OLED screen. It seems overkill.
It does a bit for for a pod. Yeah, it's one of those things, I guess. So Snowwolf with a P50 kit. Ooh. There's a lot of these type of kits coming out. They're these kind of box moddy things, aren't they? And some of them are external 18650s. This one has a 1250 milliamp hour battery, up to 50 watts. Nice little color screen on it. There's definitely the RBA for this as well, and there's a couple of mesh coils. I've got a few of these kind of kits to go through, and I think last week we had one or two as well. It's kind of like mini poddy things.
See, that's got the look of the Snow Wolf 200 Watt Plus, where it's got like the sort of glass front to it. Is it touchscreen?
I don't know.
That looks to me
it
like an R3 PAL with a fucking screen on.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of these kind of like pod kits where the pods clip inside the device rather than on top. So it's just another one of those. What was there last week? The Hot Sig's one of them that's coming out.
Yeah.
There was a few, isn't there? Tesla, where it's called a Destiny. They're having one. So there's a few.
The basically what they've done there is they've got the 200 Watt Plus, and then they've put so it's a pod on top.
Yeah. I quite like these kind of kits. I won't lie, though, especially the ones that have an external battery. But even these ones, where the pod, like the Org Vape Druga, I still use daily. I absolutely love it.
Oh, mate,
lovely bits of kit, and hopefully this is kind of similar. But yeah, USB Type C, little 0.9-inch screen on it. This next one, people in chat might help me with this one because I don't even know if this is new, but I haven't seen it before. It looks old but new. The Kang Vape Anarchist.
Gaily Box, fuck the pods, excite us.
Yeah, well, I'll try, Gail. Try my best. All right, bear with me.
She wants you to whap it out live.
I thought this looked good because maybe the little bright lights will excite you, Gail. Yeah, 1500 milliamp hour up to 60 watts. Nice little color screen on it. Looks a bit weird. I don't know if I could say it's dated. What do you guys think? Do you think it looks old or do you think it looks? I don't know. I can't work it out.
Like a toy.
It looks like just
like a kid's toy.
Leftover material they had.
I mean, they obviously haven't got many features because they're featuring that it's button adjustable. So, yeah.
It's a great feature that more companies should definitely take note.
I don't know. Just look at the bottom of it. Just look at the bottom of it. It's got a belting face.
It's got a little
look
face,
at them eyes and that mouth.
It's got a little face.
That's the attractive part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
It looks like some sort of running bottle, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. The drip tip looks quite cool, though.
Yeah, the drip tips look nice.
That sort of grip looks like a mag kit that's not quite a mag kit, if that makes sense, with that like curved top. Don't like it.
Thanks, Vic. Oh, look, a different shaped pod. Yay, the market is saved. Yeah.
It does look like something that Vaptio would churn out as well. It does look a Vaptio-esque. The only trouble is that actually looks like it's fitting on top of the mod.
Yeah. Can we move on, please? I'm sick of looking at it. Right. Let's go on to very quickly. We'll breeze over something I've missed the past few weeks, and it was actually released. I think reviewers are starting to get it. The Target PM80 SE.
Oh yeah.
External 18650. Obviously, it had the PM80, the 2000 milliamp hour version. This is a slightly bigger version with an external battery, up to 80 watts, which is nice to see. I gather this one's pretty much competition to the Vinci X. That's the way I'm putting it.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's obviously got all the compatible cores, and there's an RBA section that they've released, and the pods are compatible with the original PM80.
But the P30 isn't, is it?
No, the P30 is like the original pod stick.
The PM30 is more down the. It's a 30 watt. Is that what you mean? Yeah. I move on.
Yep.
If you enjoyed the Joytech Exceed grip, they are bringing out a plus version.
Ooh.
This is another one of them type of little boxy moddy things where you kind of put the pod in, the whole pod inside the device. I always liked the Exceed. I never got one, but I always wanted to get one. And now they're bringing out an 80 watt version.
Ooh.
Don't have much information on it yet, but yeah, nice little bit of kit. Yeah, I'm sorry, there's pods, guys. Bear with me.
Yeah, it's just before you move off that one, does that still work with the original Exceed coils, the X coils?
I don't know as yet. This picture is literally what I've got at the minute.
Right.
I did dig around a bit as well, but it appeared that because what happens a lot of times is I search around in the usual social media places, then I look on the websites, and then I just Google it, and usually what comes up is a dodgy Chinese website that are already selling it, even though it's not available.
Yep.
And that's sometimes where I get the information from, but I can't even get that. So
the first sort of people who did that as well was Jack Vapor. They came out with one of the first pod systems where it slid in like that.
Right, last pod, and we're going to stick with this company for the last two. So the first one, this is the first image I saw from Geek Vape, and it's not an Aegis.
Ooh.
I think
Vape,
Dean
right?
actually mentioned this last week, that I think he got it or was getting one. The Exxon Stylus, I can't find a lot of information so far because it was on a Chinese website and it actually got taken down. So Geek Vape probably weren't happy. 1100 milliamp hour battery and something to do with 2 different drip tips that are 510. That's all I've got. I've got another picture here. A tiny little pet stick pod kit from Geek Vape. And I gather the coils are going to be compatible with the Aegis pod because they said the Aegis pods were going to be compatible with future releases.
Looks like a gas cylinder for a barrel.
Vic's got one of those in. There you go. And I think Dean's... Oh, you were showing it on the show. Sorry, Dean.
But only the bottom.
So if you want to see what the bottom looks like, go back and watch Dean's show on replay, folks. And staying with Geek Vape, I really want to talk about this one. The Atis Max.
Ooh.
So obviously you had the original Aegis, which was a 26650 single battery. Now they've released this one, which will take a 21700 or an 18650 up to 100 watts.
Nice.
Do we need it?
No, we don't need it. However, from a customer perspective, I think a lot of customers in stores are going to prefer it just because it's a bit smaller.
26650's kind of died, haven't they? Really?
Yeah.
So,
The 21700 though, I'm absolutely loving the fact we keep saying this. We need more 21700s.
but surely they covered this type of device with the Squonker because you could just put that cap on it and use it as a single 20. Could you use it as a 21700 or was it 18650?
Which
Hayden,
one?
you know the Squonk.
I'm pretty
It's
sure.
just an 18650,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
that's why
okay.
it's underpowered.
Okay, so yeah, they're covering an aspect. I was a bit surprised they've gone to it, but yeah, they've bought a 100 watt Aegis single battery mod or bringing one out.
Well, I'm quite happy with that. I did say to you the solo that I've got here, which obviously the 2-in-1, it's like the solo anyway. It could have fitted the 21700 in it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I like it. I'm quite up for it.
Martin says-
21700 single battery mod should be now the thing that people are pushing for.
Yeah, I agree.
Martin says Geek Vape are milking the Aegis line, which was a fair comment.
Yeah, it's a fair comment. Same time though, they sell. They're going to do it.
And I gather the kit will come with it says there Zeus sub-ohm, so I'm gathering it come with the sub-ohm tank, the Zeus 6. And that is the terrible tech for this week. Hopefully you get more mods next week. Fingers crossed.
The thing about it is, though, is you can't really... There's nothing else out there that's coming out. So when you're looking around for tech and you're looking at stuff weekly, it's like we had the Lost Vape the other week that came out. I think
Last week
that's
there was
probably
one. There was the intake with the new VX217, wasn't there? Org Vape kit, dual 217. But there's only like one kit a week, big dual battery with a big tank. It's not.
And that's probably the more that we've had for the last 6 months, really, because there's not been that much coming out. It's very, very hard. When do you think, I'll send this to Salford first, when do you think the point where people are going to, all the companies are going to stop this pod run?
God knows, because every time I look round, there's a new pod out. Yeah, I thought it'd have been over ages ago and people would have got fed up with it. But now, of course, all they're doing is they're revamping their old stuff and shoving a screen on it and making it variable wattage. And they're just running. I mean, the Nord's out with a screen on.
Yeah.
They're just making it run long, aren't they? They're just bringing out the same old crap, but shoving the screen on and a bit of variable wattage, and people are going, "Ooh, shiny! I want that. I can change the wattage."
They've just kind of seem to have hit a wall with everything, with dual battery mods. It's all just hit a wall, isn't it?
Well, let's face it. It's gone bad when we're getting a dual battery pod now, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's kind of two ways of looking at it. I think companies are always going to sell them until they stop selling. There's always that angle from it. They're a business at the end of the day. As much as it is annoying that everything seems to be revamped and refined. I was talking to Elliot, who's in the chat a few weeks ago, about how the vaping industry is very synonymous to smartphones. And it's the same thing that happened to smartphones. There's such an increase of all these new innovative tech And now every year, all you're getting is little refinement, little refinement, little refinement. Yeah. But it has to do that for a few years for then someone to come along and have a fresh pair of eyes and go, we haven't done this yet. And then it grows again. But I just think we're at this stage where, like you said, everything's just being refurbed, slap a screen on it, make it variable wattage.
The pods have got a place for people who are coming off the stinkies. But for newbies, they're very simple and they work very well, especially like I think Fo was saying in the Row about with the Nick salts and stuff like that. It works. Yeah. Because they're very smooth, 20 milligram Nick salts coming off the cigs, you're going to get what you want. But they seem to be making things trying to aim them at vapors who are already vaping, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. That simplicity for a new vapor is going because they're adding the screen to it. They're adding extra stuff to it for them to learn. You know, they're not letting them get into the swing of things. They're just revamping it just to make money.
Do you not think they're the next sort? When they put the screens on them and they're looking at you, what wattage you like and whatever else. Obviously, they're not putting temp control on them. Isn't that the next stage up?
Most people would evolve, wouldn't they? They'd go from something that they don't have to do anything with other than press a button to turn it on and press it to vape. Right, then you evolve, they look at the next thing and then they'll learn the next thing. Now they're being dumped straight on with, there it is. Oh, shit.
Gareth's back. Thanks for coming back, Gareth. I felt your pain, brother. But like I said, there's nothing else. And Vic says that pods should be just put in the bin. I think they have got a place.
I feel personally attacked.
Vic said you can't vape in a bin.
You can't vape in a bin.
Yeah, you can't put pods in there, mate.
The thing is, if it weren't for pods, we'd have nothing to review at the moment.
There's just shitloads of them out, isn't there? It's to be honest with you, I've got the artery one. I don't actually mind it, and the flavour's not bad from it either. You can't put anything big on the 510 connection because it will fall off.
Falls off.
Great design.
Does it work?
The actual pod bit of it, I quite like.
Yeah, no. Does the 510 actually work?
It works if you've only got maybe a 24mm on there, because it worked perfectly with the Destiny.
The reason I'm saying that, obviously, if you've seen the review with the one that I did for the Vinci, the actual pin in it was short by a mil, so it wasn't making contact. Unless you had something with a massive 510 on it, sent a pin to push it down and make contact, it won't fire.
No, this works okay, but if it takes a 30mm, but if you put the Steam Crave on it, you know what I mean, the V2, but you obviously not stacked, just comes off.
That's like putting a bust on top, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But even with the 24, you just catch it. You know, like if you just put a little bit of pressure on that side, it will just come off. So they need to, instead of just having a clasp at the back, they need to have something on the sides to be able to put it in. I will talk to Vic though. I haven't used the RBA deck on it. Vic was saying the RBA decks on it. It's really good as well, but I've not done that yet.
So what you're saying there is that it's no good if you have the shakes because your pod will be falling off. Or you.
The pod's fine. The pod fits in there lovely. I said that and then it come off. The pod's fitting in there quite nice. There's no problem with the pod at all. The thing I do like about that pod, if you know, you can swap it around and stuff. You know, like if you're in the car and you I don't know, your wick went or your actual coil went, you had that just there. You could just fill that up. It's not bad, but a mod on its own, it could just having it being a mod itself would have been absolutely fantastic. It's a good little mod.
Just lift it up again. Let's see the fucking size of that. I mean, it's a big boy, really, isn't it?
I think it's going to do well. I think them kind of dual battery pod mods are going to do well.
Yeah, I can see people buying the hell out of them. They're going to hit the market hard.
Yeah.
Are they only sub-ohm coils for that? Can you adjust the airflow with that in any sort of way?
You can't adjust the airflow in the pod. It's the pod, but you can when you put the RBA deck in.
Right.
So it goes to like when the PAL 2, the PAL 2, you know, where you just adjust it at the bottom. You can't on the pod. It's quite an airy, direct along. But the flavour's really good from it. And you're talking the coils are humongous in them. They're really big coils.
So it's not really aimed at a starter, that is it?
No. This is like what we were talking about before the show with Smock and people loving big cloud chucking tanks and stuff. That's the kind of line it's going to go down with these dual battery pod mods.
I know, but you never see me do that, do you guys? You never see
Oh,
me
no, cool.
clouds like that.
No, I never. Go on.
Stevie Barron just put in there about the Vapor SOO Small. It's 10 quid. That is really, really good. And the coil, it's upstairs. Mine's still going. And that's after maybe a month, over a month.
You know what I do like, though, about the new pod systems coming out? They're all making RBA sections.
Yeah.
That is the only good part about it.
Yeah, back to the days of, like this, trying to get a coil in the 2 little screws and your bit of cotton and, back to those days. Great.
Well, lads, I've got to sort of rush us along. You'll not believe we're nearly at 10 to, and we've got a giveaway to do. Ladies and gentlemen, please hang around. We have got the giveaway for the Own Boy V2, the Volume 2 range. But before we do that, we're going to get over and do the deals of the week. Please don't worry about it. There will be a couple of pod systems in there, but not much.
It's a goddamn deal, Salford!
So, the deals of the week.
Right, I'm just going to flick over and share my screen. There's not a lot about, guys. As you know, a lot of the stuff has been taken, really. Let's get the right screen. I don't know if I'm on the right screen. You guys better tell me.
Yep, the Vandy Vape Mutant RD8.
Yeah, as you can see, or maybe not be able to see, it's down. Because we have had this on before, guys. I'll admit that early on when we was doing the bargains. It's down now to $5.99. It's 24 milli. Is it a single coil or that? I can't remember.
I think it's dual vertical coil, isn't it?
Dual vertical, is it?
Sure, it's dual vertical. Yeah.
For £6. I don't know. I've never had it. So I said that last time.
Is that collab with Twisted? Did Twisted have something to do with that as well? It rings a bell.
I think he did.
I don't know, and I haven't got my glasses on because I'm a vein bugger, as you know, and I can't read the top screen because it's only a small screen.
It's fair enough.
But I thought it was worth a revisit after I was going back through our normal places we go and have a look at. And I thought, £6, that's not a bad bargain, is it?
Hey, can't go wrong for £6.
Right, and because we're rushing, we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah, Vic says the Mutant £6, decent deal.
Yeah, that was E-Sig 1, by the way, that one. We've gone to Grey A's now. And Grey A's have got the Diamond Mist Inican EQS kit in for a tenner. So you basically get an Inican EQ with 3 juices. But you still can get the EQ on its own for the same price on the site, a tenner. Which I don't think is not bad. I mean, I've still got mine. It's up there. It's what, 18-month old now?
It's not bad for a tenner.
Not bad.
Are they selling the coils as well?
Oh, they will. The pods, you have to get the pods are sealed, aren't they? You can't change coils in these. You have to change the old pod. If I would have thought about it, I would have got some pods out. So, yeah, I mean, you can pick the pods up at most places anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. Quickly moving on because we're rushing.
You'd have to rush, you're all right.
Right. The UL amulets is down to £9.50 on there.
Good flavour.
I know the Bobster was interested in the amulet the other week when it came up, and I mean that's not bad, is it?
Probably the biggest gimmick in vaping, but the flavour of that thing is pretty decent. A nice little mouse langer.
Well impressed with the flavour of them pods. I don't know how they did it with something so small.
Yeah, I agree completely. Yeah,
and it has a nice big display on it for blind bastards like me.
Yeah, and actually, if you are just using it as a watch, the battery lasts about 15 years. Mine's still going. I ain't charged it. When did I review that? Like when it come out ages ago. It's still alive.
I think I reviewed it like last August or something.
Yeah.
August or September. I remember using it. I was like, right, I'm just going to solely use this for like a month and see how I get on with it. The only thing I found that I really enjoyed about it is I could leave the house without having to worry about a vape because I had something on my wrist.
Yeah.
But other than that, after a while, you're like, oh no, I don't wear watches anyway. I was like, why am I wearing this?
Well, I already wear a watch, so wearing it on the same wrist was awkward.
I was about to say, 2 watches, just walking around like this.
Yeah, it was a bit weird. Yeah.
And I bet you didn't look at the watch at the time, did you? I bet you looked at your phone.
Yeah.
Right, quickly moving on to the next one. We have got the Geek Vape Frenzy pod kit in at a £5, but only on this colour, this black magenta. But on others, it's like £15 for the rest.
Oh, that's weird.
The black magenta, it doesn't look bad.
Well,
Magma.
It's obviously the worst seller, isn't it? Because you got to get rid of it for the £5. But not bad. for what it is.
For a £5, you can't moan at that.
No,
Just the airflow.
no. See, guys, this is how you do the bargains. You know, you actually find bargains.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'll just go to China, mate. Did you
I
not see
know,
the? Did you
I
not
know,
see the
but
bling
you
I had
see,
last week?
that's the thing. It should be UK based. This is the thing. You go off to China.
Mate, I found a diamond encrusted mech for under £1,000. What are you talking about?
I know, but find it here in the UK, mate.
That's why. Yeah. But that's why we need you, Salford.
Right, let's move on to the next one. What we got? The next one we have got the Rivera RDA. Now this is
Times,
24
mate, yeah.
mil, is it 25 mil? This is a single coil, isn't it? The Rivera.
You got a picture of the deck on that? Can you move to that picture of the deck on it?
Yes, I can. There you go.
Huh.
I thought so. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange way you build it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But at a tenner,
That's not bad at all, is it?
no, not bad. Not bad. And I don't know if you can hear the bangs. Pillock above me has just started stamping on the floor. The guy's a fruit of the loop. Right, moving on to the next one. And we've had this one before as well, the Arthur RDA. Down to, well, it's a tenner for the black one, but it's only £8 for any of the other colours. So
Ooh,
anybody
I
who
like
wants
green.
to do any matchy gear, £8, not bad.
Can't argue for £8.
No, not bad at all, is it really?
Dual poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, shared dual post, so a lot of people don't like them, do they, these days?
I'm not a
But,
big fan of shared dual post.
yeah, I mean, they're easy enough to build on. And the last one, because we're moving on, I've never seen this before, but I spotted it on there. This is Gelly Seabread, is it? E2. Single 18650.
That's
A
not
cool
bad,
face.
is it? For 16
Mark-
quid?
Happy little
16
face.
quid. Has anybody ever seen this before? Because I've never seen it.
No, I've never seen that before in my life.
But it caught my eye while I was going through, so I thought, yep, I'll have that. I'll have
For
that on
16 quid, you can't moan at that, can you?
Yeah,
there.
not
Is
at
it
all.
80 watt, is it?
Oh, I like the black and the white.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
cool.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't think it changes pictures of it. No, but what I can do is that. Put them on.
Nice.
It looks nice, doesn't it?
Hmm.
But I don't ever remember it coming out. I
I'm not
don't
sure about
ever
the
remember
gold.
seeing it.
The gold button on the white and the black doesn't go. Gold buttons. Sorry, I'm being picky. 16 quid bargain.
exactly. £16. Can't go wrong.
What, the gold buttons don't match, so you want another £2 off.
I do like that black one, though.
Yeah.
That one in the middle is nice, yeah.
You can call yourself Jake the Snake Roberts.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah, Jake the Snake when you're vaping it.
And that, guys, that concludes the bargain bin for this week.
And bro, I've got to say, there wasn't that many pod things in there, were there?
No.
There is a few because that's all we fucking had for the last 2 years.
As I was going through the tech stuff, I could see Salford was just like closing boxes, closing windows, all pod kids he was going to show us. Just like, no, I can't
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of this. Right, let's get this giveaway on the rock and roll, people. Please put J in the chat. Just put J. This is all you've got to do. Oh, if I actually put my cursor where it should go. Just put J in the chat. Spam that out, people, and you are in with a chance of winning the full range. That's 250 mils of the Own Boy stuff. Big thank you to Own Boy for sponsoring the show. Big shout out to them. I know old Tony got his stuff. He got loads of extra stuff as well, and here's loads of stuff. I think Jules has got hers on the way as well. Jay, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. I think Flatcap, can you just put his link back in?
I've just popped in there.
Please get over, give him a sub. If you're on the replay as well, please go over and give him a sub. He's not far off his 2K as well, aren't you?
Yeah, road to 2K now. We've had some really good growth ever since January, really. We've been, averaging around 100 subs a week, which is crazy. But no, honestly, thank you guys for reaching out. It's been a pleasure to come on the show and speak to you guys.
Mate, it's been great. Like I said before we actually got on, we were trying to get as many reviewers who are not sort of like in the scene of where everybody, like our sort of scene of where everybody are. It's just so nice to reach out to somebody else who's corking reviews as well.
Thank you.
And a nice bloke to match, which is really good.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. Honestly, if you ever need anyone else, I am always free.
Oh, brilliant. No, mate, you're more than welcome. You know that. You're more than welcome. So your chance to get this winner, make sure you've got Jay in the chat. Paul Anderson is in. Big shout out to you, mate. We did show at the beginning of the show. You're getting your hair chopped off. Well done.
Well done, Baldy.
Hey, watch it, mister. Watch it. That's a day gone somebody, you know that.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget, obviously, Vaping with Vicky is a struggling reviewer, and he does need the subs.
Yeah, he's missing one or two, isn't he?
Oh, he cracks me up. Absolutely cracks me up.
So, yes, Matty, you're all right, mate. It's not the click, mate. It's the Illuminati. Right, so last chance, people. Get Jay in there to be a winner. We're going to do the giveaway, a winner. All thing you're going to have to do, people, is I will put my email address in there. Email me, and I will tell you how to claim your prize. Well, the giveaway. We're not allowed to say prize, are we?
Oh, I don't know. The
I
rules
just
changed
said
the
it.
other day.
And the winner is...
Ro
Just
Fletch.
thinking about it.
Yes.
And the winner is Ro Fletch.
Well done, mate.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Got a really good range of juice, man. Homeboy is so good.
The volume 2s are all fruity. Yeah, they are good.
How about?
It's consistent as well.
They are
All the way through the
Are they good?
bottle. Yeah.
Are they good? Yeah.
He's raised £720. That's gone up way big.
You're not got yours yet, Sophie.
That's brilliant.
That's crazy.
720. Well done, mate.
Yeah, fair play.
For an absolute corking charity as well. Ro, if you just email me on that email address, and I will tell you what you need to do to get your prize. It's obviously nothing mucky or out like that. Yes, I'll take that. That's what I like. Well, straight away on after us, ladies and gentlemen, there is the wonderful Benny Vapes. Get over there. Make sure you put hashtag Fireman Sam. He is an absolute corking bloke. A little bit of mixing for you. But before we do that, we are going to play, which we missed last week, Salford's quote of the week. I will play his little bird.
Salford's quote of the week.
Dip your bread.
Lovely.
Salford, what's your quote of the week, brother?
Well, I used to think I was indecisive, but now I'm not so sure.
Ooh. Go on, say it again.
And let's hear your quote of the week now, then.
Was there any need for that? Was there any real need for that? I used to think I was indecisive, but now I'm not so sure.
Thank you very much, brother. Say your goodbyes.
Thaned you so much. I
No,
appreciate
not
it.
you. No, hold on a minute. Wait till I run this, not you.
Sorry. Aiden's the delegator, okay?
I delegate everything. Whoa, son. Cut it back. Pull in.
Got my bowl too soon. But sorry.
The best thing about it was he was just looking down at his notes for his full script then, wasn't he? We've not even cut the cake yet, and you're doing your best man speech.
Oh, man.
Salford, do your goodbyes, brother.
Right, guys, as I say every week, without you, we don't have a show. Thank you very much for coming and joining us. Massive thanks to Jay Jupiter for coming on today. I nearly said Phil Jupiter. but that would only rile people up because they thought Phil Jupiter was coming up. Obviously, I love these two guys, Black Cat and Yo Little Bro. And guys, stay safe. Don't touch your face. Wash your hands and stay the fuck away from me. Thanks, guys.
Over to the wonderful Black Cap.
Thank you, everybody in chat, for joining us and being so lovely and wonderful. Big shout out to Dean for sending over the CBW crew as well. Much appreciated. Jay, been a pleasure talking to you, mate. Like I said, I only saw you a couple of weeks ago, really, but I've really been enjoying your reviews. The whole style, really, really like it. I'm a big fan of it. So everyone go over and sub to him. And, of course, Aiden, Salford, thanks, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you all next week.
Over to our special guest, the wonderful Jay Jupiter.
No, honestly, thank you guys so much for having me on, and thank you everyone in the chat for getting involved. I've seen a few subscribers that have come along, so thank you guys as well for coming along and getting involved with this other community. And anytime you want us on, let me know. It's been a pleasure, boys. Thank you so much.
Absolute star. Ladies and gentlemen, please get over and give him a sub. He is a really, really good reviewer. Thanks so much for coming on, Jay. It's been wonderful talking to you, buddy. Thank you so much to everybody in chat. You make this show. Thank you so much to everybody who has helped out, such as the wonderful Flat Cap, the wonderful Salford, who's now checking his sub count.
Right, it only goes down, mine. Don't go up.
Thank you so much to all of our moderators. It took me ages to think of moderators there. Our moderators for looking after us. You're a bunch of stars. Big shout out to everybody. I can't keep saying big shout out. Why do I keep saying that? Fucking lost it.
You've got to shout my Friday show out. That's what it was.
That's what I was
You've
thinking
got
of.
to do it.
Salford's Friday show. Go and check that out. Also, make sure you check me and Gaz out tomorrow on the UK Vape Show. We are going to be back next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. You are a bunch of stars, people. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you again. Outro time. Good night time.
See you later, guys.
That's what. Piss flaps. All bag beanie. It's not a pod. It's not a pod.
It's certainly not a mod.